this election is whether children are safer, victims of domestic, family, sexual violence are supported and have had justice served, and whether women's economic security is better or worse after nearly a decade of Labor, and who has the right plan for Queensland's future. Mr Deputy Speaker, with nearly 2,000 children in residential care, the worst of any jurisdiction in this nation, the government should be ashamed. The residential care review that tasked a department to review themselves and did not deal with the issue of children under 12, with recommendations made that did not address those vulnerable children's needs. Foster carers leaving in droves unsupported by this Labor government. A department under pressure where a third of serious harm cases are not being investigated in the timeframe set by this government. Caseloads out of controls, CSOs blowing the whistle on the failings of this Labor government. A frustrated sector who has been ignored. And yesterday we saw by the Child Safety Minister the residential care sector treated with contempt. It was disgraceful, Mr Deputy Speaker. 3 ministers on in 4 years and the system keeps getting worse. The failings of the DNA lab, Mr Deputy Speaker. Rapists and murderers still walking around. They talk about women's safety, Mr Deputy Speaker. They talk about access to rape kits. There are women, over 420 victims of rape, that are waiting more than 12 months to have their rape kits tested, notwithstanding the backlog, Mr Deputy Speaker. Shandy Blackburn's death will not be in vain thanks to the courage of Dr Kirsty Wright. Domestic violence calls going unanswered. DV breaches skyrocketing. 280% in Cairns. Strangulation prosecutions not occurring because of the failures of this government. A police service spending up to 70% of their shift on DV call-outs. This government's lazy record in delivering for the DV sector was shown in estimates in that they have dragged their heels in delivering on the national partnership. DV refuges with full wait lists, women spending over a year in a refuge, the housing crisis and cost of living crisis, having women and children sleeping in cars under this government's watch. Child safety numbers at an all-time high, domestic violence at an all-time high. Women have never been more economically insecure under this Labor government, Mr Deputy Speaker. That is the record of this tired, third-term Labor government. Women are not safer, children are not safer, and victims of crime deserve the justice that they need.